Well, I've just found something. Something terrible. Something I thought I would never see. Also, yes, this is the return of reading cringy fanfictions. I have come out, I'm gonna start this one with a bang, okay? I'm gonna start this one with something that'll change your life for the rest of time. I'm looking it up right now. Jesus Christ. It really does amaze me that these things exist. That people put their time and effort into this stuff. It amazes me. Okay, so, hold up. God damn it. Fuck. Okay. So, recently, me and my sister were talking, and I brought up Max and Ruby. Okay? I'm sure you know where this is going, but I brought up Max and Ruby. Okay? And, it was a good show. It was a good show. I liked it. It was pretty good. It was just, I don't know, it was just nice, it was wholesome. So at some point, I thought to myself, I said, I wonder what the hell the Max and Ruby fandom is like, if it even has one. So we looked up a bit about it, found out that the show ended in, 20 something, I don't know, I forget. But I think it was, sometime in, 2018 or 2019, I don't know, but recently, very recently, it actually stopped producing episodes. I don't know if they rerun the show, but whatever. So, we were just looking up stuff, and I decided to look up fan fiction of it, because, I actually, no, I don't know. I don't know, and why would you? So, I came across a couple. They were relatively, you could say, just okay. They weren't good. They were okay, because, fan fiction's never good. When was the last time you saw a good fan fiction? Never, right? But then there was one that was really, really bad. Now, there is a website called Archive of Our Own. If you look up Max and Ruby, one of the stories you might be presented with is a story called I Love You by someone. I don't know. It's just a garbled mess of just random letters, all capitals. So, I thought, why not read it? So here we go. This work could have adult content. If you proceed, you have agreed that you are willing to... Yes, proceed. Jesus Christ, Archive of Our Own. Okay. Now, I want you to keep in mind that Max is 3 years old, and Ruby is 7 in the show. Now, take that, and add 10. So, that's basically how old they are in this fanfiction. For legal purposes, I guess. I don't know. One of the tags is, underage, apparently. This isn't good. It was Max's 13th birthday, and all his friends were there. They had just finished playing, and it was time to open gifts. Max went down to the line, opening each and every gift carefully as to not break what he got. He got some toys, and games, a new jacket, and a good bit of clothes from his aunts and uncles. Okay, yeah. He opened the last present and realized he never got anything from Ruby. He wondered around. Okay, yeah. I don't know if that's supposed to be wandered or wondered. I can't read. He wandered around the house looking for his older sister, finally finding her in the kitchen setting up a play date with one of his friends. She's really good at that, he thought to himself. Oh, yeah. When she was done talking, he went up to her and asked her, "Present?" Oh, by the way, I'm guessing this is made before the later seasons. When we were, researching what happened to the show, we found out that Max started talking later on in the show, full sentences, which is pretty cursed. I'm not saying that it's bad, it's just cursed. It's weird. She replied in a whispered voice next to his ear, Don't worry, Max. I'll give you your present when the party's over. She then giggled and went to socialize and left Max alone. Max didn't care. He went to play with his friends until they had to leave. Max went up to Ruby again. Present? She just giggled and said, It's not time, Max. Just wait a little longer. Then went to fix up some food. Food, dinner, whatever. When she went to do that, Max went and played one of his new games. You know, is it just me, or does it seem like there's always something uncanny about fan fictions and their vocabulary and their grammar? Isn't there like something uncanny about it? Because I feel that way. It doesn't matter. Where was I? There we go. Ruby called him for dinner. Max walked into the dining room and saw the table set up for people to eat at. Also, wait. People to eat at? I mean, well, there are two things wrong with that sentence. One, they are bunnies. Two, actually, I think that's it. But, like, even if they were humans, it's still just, it seems wrong to say people when it's just two people. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Max sat at one end of the table, and Ruby sat at the other end of the table. While eating, Ruby told Max that it was almost time for his present, but that after he was finished eating, he had to go take a bath. Max still loved baths, so he didn't mind it. Max got done before Ruby and went upstairs to get his bath ready. Like Jesus. Ruby hurried up and finished her food so that she could give Max his present. Max took off his clothes and got into the bath and started rubbing his fur. Okay, yeah. Very detailed description. Well, not very detailed, but, you know, detailed. I don't know why you had to go there. When Ruby got done with the dishes and put the leftovers up, she went up the stairs and walked up to the bathroom door and stood there, listening to Max take a bath. He was making the typical bath time noises of just whatever, humming and fun, whatever. Fuck, Ruby, why you? No. Ruby tried to turn the knob, but it was locked. This is where having to care for your younger brother Cox. What? No. I guess it's Coca-Cola. Coke's in handy. She had a skeleton key for her house. Wow. She pulled it out and unlocked the door. When Max was above the... Wait, what? Oh, when Max heard the door unlock, I accidentally moved a line down. When Max heard the door unlock, he moved so that only his head was above the water and waited for Ruby to come in. Max, are you ready for your surprise? Ruby said in a seductive tone and walked towards the tub. I want you to keep in mind that they're aged up 10 years. Ruby is practically an adult, and Max is still a child who can only speak one word at a time. So he's most likely, I don't know, autistic? I have no idea. People seem to... I'm not even going to get into that, you know? This is weird. Peculiar. She said in a seductive tone and walked towards the tub. When she was near the tub, she pulled off her dress and showed off her new... I don't think bunnies wear newly bought panties and bra. I don't think bunnies wear that. Maybe they do, but I mean, come on. Ruby had wanted Max and she saw how nice and caring he was. Ruby was blushing so bad that you could see the red of her skin through her fur. I don't think that's how it works. Ruby was ready for Max. Oh, I'm ready. Like, what is this? Shrek is love, Shrek is life? The hell? Ruby was ready for Max and helped him finish cleaning up and dried him off, then pulled him into their parents' room. Max was still naked, and he was starting to get harder from the show Ruby had resumed when they got to the room. Ruby reached around her back and undid her bra, moving to the bed and laying down. Ruby motioned for Max to come play with them. Oh, what do you mean that? Oh, them. I forgot. Yeah. Max didn't know what to do at first, and Ruby could just tell by looking at his face and helped him learn. To Ruby's surprise, Max caught on pretty quick and was making Ruby moan softly. Ruby only showed him how to touch them, so Max got curious about what would happen if he used his mouth instead. I don't think anyone gets curious about using the mouth. Well, maybe, but I don't think anybody gets curious about using the mouth. Max moved his head down to her chest and licked her nipple. Well, I mean, she has like, what, 5 of them? I have no idea. I'm thinking of like cats and dogs that have like 23,000 nipples. I'm like, no, I'm not wondering how many they have. No, Jesus Christ. Who cares about the accuracy of this? This is a fan fiction. Nobody likes fan fiction. Ew. He was amazed at how smooth they were and started to take longer licks, savoring the sounds of Ruby's moans that kept getting louder. Ruby looked down and saw how large and hard Max was and made him stop so she could give him the rest of her present. Ruby moved herself. What? Ruby moved herself up on the bed and slid off her panties slowly to they're brother and sister. They're like 4 years apart. What the hell? Once she got the crack of my phone is making it very hard to read. Once she got them off, she pointed to what? Pointed to her in the words of Ben Shapiro, P word, and told Max to lick. The first lick he took made a little ejaculation come out of his word for the male genitalia. He loved it and left his tongue there to savor the flavor of ice cream. Ruby was already about to ejaculate when Max really started using his tongue. He was licking her so fast, but it took so long for his to take his tongue away that after a couple licks she shoved his snout into. Oh my god. It's been like a week since I've last read this, so like a lot of these parts I'm just completely forgetting. Also, that sentence doesn't make sense. Well, at least the first part. She shoved his snout into it and ejaculated all over it. Max loved the taste and immediately started licking up her ejaculation, and it made him even harder. He loved the taste so much more than the taste before. Ruby was panting hard and pushed Max away before catching her breath and telling him what to do next. Max crawled onto the bed and moved so that he was on top of her and got lined up. He's 13, goddammit! What the hell? Oh my god. What happened next completely surprised Ruby. He said, "I love you, Ruby." Ruby couldn't believe it and looked completely shocked, but set it back and prepared for him to thrust into her. Max started out gentle, but after a few thrusts he started to get faster and go deeper. All Ruby could do was moan and squirm under Max, and after only a few minutes she ejaculated. Her P word started to constrict and convulse around Max's male genitalia, bringing him closer to his orgasm. Oh, now they use the correct term. Max kept getting more and more wild with each thrust, and Ruby was loving it, and Max was trying to hold back his orgasm back as long as possible. Ruby was getting close to another orgasm and got an idea to make Max orgasm, except that they use the derived term, not derived, just the tainted term, the tainted word, the unchristian word. She put her finger in her mouth, and after coating it thoroughly, she pulled him closer with one hand and stuck it in his... I don't remember any of this! Max gasped loudly and ejaculated hard in her, shooting rope after rope into her awaiting womb, filling her from the outside in. Filling it from the inside out. After he finished, he pulled out and brought some ejaculation with it. Wait, hold up, what? All Ruby could manage was, "Christian word God, you're wonderful. Please forgive me for my sins." Max just brought his mouth closer and started kissing her for about a minute, and then he licked her lips, selected from pushing to his tongue. He parted her lips and was immediately ravished by it. They kissed for a few minutes until Ruby pulled away and took a sharp breath of air in. Now, I have like 16 seconds, so I'm going to end it here. This is crazy. Whoever made this should be ashamed of themselves. They're disgusting. And please delete your fanfiction. Just delete your entire account, or like actually pursue a real career in writing. Jesus Christ, they're brother and sister, goddammit, and it's 4 years apart. Doesn't matter how old they were unless they're more adult.